So, for this video I'm going to try not to rant, because as you found out in the last one, I cannot rant and play at the same time. So progress was not made at all in that previous video. But do bear with me, I'm just an idiot. An over-opinionated idiot who overthinks pretty much every situation he's in. So I just spent a few points there to up my dexterity, because I'm going to be using a dex build, and like, I don't think that sword's even worth using compared to the shuttle. The shuttle's so powerful at this moment in time. Yeah? Well, give or take, it's close, but I'm going to use this till we upgrade. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be running towards Sense Fortress. Ooh. I'm not going to have any miracles, so there's no reason why I shouldn't kill everybody in here. Oh. I know. Disgusting, isn't it? Why is that guy's voice so much louder than everyone else's? I'm gonna get backstabbed here if I'm not careful. Whoa, Wrath of God spam. Calm down, son. He did it again? Oh, that could have been force. I mean, they've got both. What I want from the next Souls game is multiple parries. Like fucking stab one guy and slash the other guy's throat. That'd be really cool. This weapon with a hornet ring is pretty lethal. And then this lady's not even, it's not even a fair fight, this one, because she tries to punch you. So let's do a... Can I punch her with the glove? No, I can't. Let's do a fist fight, see how long this takes. Yeah! 8 damage! Let's fight this bitch for like 6 weeks. Come on, bitch. Do this. 1 damage. 2 damage. This is ridiculous. I don't let you change shit while shit's happening. Go on. Free backstab. Free backstab, love. Not in this day. Some people might think I'm a sick bastard, but when you play the game enough, these people stop being people and they just turn into a free source of humanity. Like, if you're a faith build, never do what I just did. If you're not a faith build, there's no reason to keep those people alive. You're gonna kill half of them anyway. And they do give you some experience, and they're extremely simple to kill, so... Be that as it may. Oh, Dark Souls, how I can't wait for that PC version. But it's locked at 30 frames per second and 720p, which is kind of gay. Can also take that off now. And my room, as per normal, is getting really warm when I record these because I have to shut the door and the window to minimalise the noise pollution. The things I sacrifice to try and get high quality. So I should really visit Quilena down in the Blighttown area, because I have 1 pyromancy slot and I have an ascendant. I have a plus 13 glove, which is really powerful, and I should really use it because it's fun as hell. Oh, wrong way. I'm so conditioned to seeing Andre every time I come down here that my mind automatically wants to do it. But Darksiders 2 comes out. It's already out in America. I fucking hate America for that. Don't get me wrong, I love the country, I love the people, and I want to probably either live there or just visit it frequently because it seems like such a cool place. But the way your guys get games early is so dog shit. Same with films. It's just, it's so unfair. I don't get it at all. It's I don't know if it's a perk of that's where the design studios come from or what, but it's just so much bullshit. Like, it comes out in a week for me, and I don't even know if I can afford it, but I really want it, and I really want to make a guide for it. I'm a little concerned about the game, if I'm honest, because some of the reviews I've seen, a lot of it has been praised, but some of the the problems that IGN particularly picked up on. And if anybody knows IGN's reviews, they generally suck off every game. So for them to say that there's problems with it is a little worrying, because IGN, like I say, if they have a Darksiders 2 wallpaper, chances are they're going to suck its dick so big it's going to be walking around like that black dude with all the gold teeth and the monsters of cock porno. But and the things they criticised were quite interesting to me, because there were things that I criticised about the first Darksiders. Like, Darksiders 1 had pretty simple combat, and the only problem with simple combat is it kind of sucks, and it did kind of suck. It was too easy, too simple. And this game, they've changed it a lot, but apparently it gets really repetitive because the enemies are all the same. They're not very diverse, which, that's a problem for me. And I'm hoping it's not as clear-cut as they made it out to be. That has got some wicked range on it, by the way. That's why I did my little flimsy thing. Wow, he hit me with the second strike. Look how much weaker this one is compared to the one I fought in Nono Londo. But the second thing that they picked up on as well is, because they've made such an effort to make the game really big, they've also made it really filled with filler. So some of the dungeons have got a lot of recycled puzzles, and it makes some of the dungeons really boring. And I've got to say this, guys, on Darksiders 1, do you know the dungeon that's got the portal gun in it? By the time I got to that dungeon, I was kind of sick of dungeons at that point, because the first 3 were brilliant, and then the ones after that, they felt so fucking forced. Oh, he just played me. Full-on played me then. Feigned blind ignorance and then slashed me. But I was bored with those dungeons, so for this game to have even more, and for the reviewers to actually say that the dungeons get really fucking ad nauseum, that is not a good sign. But everything else looks really great. Like, I love the art style, I love the idea of the loot, I love the conceit of the loot. I love it all. I'm super stoked to play it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my games collection, because it's far too big and there's far too many games I don't play. Maybe like Ghost Recon Future Soldier. I have no interest in that game anymore. It's just kind of died in my heart. So I might trade that in towards it to see if I can get like 10 quid or 20 quid off, because I'm so poor right now. It's tragic. But when I get my results in, from university, then I can get a job and that will be remedied. So I've got the easy shards now. This is where the shards get a little bit more difficult, because there's 2 of these. And if you can just get the first one and fight him, it's not too bad. But if the one at the back aggroes and starts throwing lightning, this fight can become a challenge for all the wrong reasons. But we'll see how it works. Because as you can see, the guy himself is not too strong. I just need to... I can't follow him, he has to follow me. And I don't know if you can notice, but talking at this kind of length is actually making me chesty, which goes back to the conversation I had about healthcare. Oh wow, that was bullshit. He's going for his grab, so it means I can get some free hits on him. I pressed Y then, you must have heard it on the mic, and it did not change my fucking shield. One of the things I hate the most about this game. Oh, that's an interesting thing to try. I do love the mud on the floor, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's showing the imprints of his feet when we're fighting, and it looks really nice. It's an effect you don't see too often in games, and it's done very well. So I'm wearing the Covetous Gold Serpent Ring, and I'm still not getting 2 drops off these guys. It must be rare. That's a shame. Couldn't see my weapon then when I was running, that was just weird. There's his dead angle attack, which can really screw you if you're not careful. We got ourselves a jumper. Interesting. Oh, he's going for his grab. Let's see what we got here. So, anybody who's a fan of metal specifically doom metal, might know of a band called Catatonia, who are a Swedish band, I believe. Good friends with a band called Opeth. They started out very similar to them, but they've kind of moved into their own downer, doom, rocky metal type sound, and I really love it. They've just released a new album called, I think, The Dead End Kings, and I've given it one whirl, and it sounds really different. And different's not bad, different is just not what I was expecting. Because the last few albums have been so consistently great, this new album sounds like such a departure from the last one. And the last one, which was, I think, The Night and then the Shade, or something like that, or The New Day, I can't remember the name of it. It was one of those landmark albums for me, because when I heard it, I immediately clicked, and that rarely happens for me. And it was just such a beautiful album. So this one, its biggest problem right now is it has to follow that album, and I'm hoping that a few listens is going to make it really click with me, but upon first listen, I liked like 3 songs, and it's always worrying when a band that you love brings out an album that doesn't resonate with you, because that's how it starts. It starts with that one album that doesn't resonate, and then next thing you know, you're 3 albums later and you now no longer like the band. And that's happened to a lot of bands for me. Like Lamb of God. I used to be the biggest Lamb of God fanboy. I was so into Lamb of God, it was unfunny. And then they released Sacrament, and I didn't like it. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't, you know, it wasn't Palaces, it wasn't New American Gospel. Like, Ashes of the Wake is a good album, but it was a weak album following Palace for me, because I love Palaces, it's my favourite Lamb of God album. And then they released, was it fucking Wrath? Or what was the one that went after that? I don't know what it was, but it was fucking bad. And then the one after that was better, but it was still bad, and I now no longer like Lamb of God, unless you're talking, you know, pre-Sacrament. And this is a band that I would still see live because they're amazing live. It's just the albums that they're making now don't sound like the Lamb of God I enjoyed.